Honorable Minister Ibrahim Tala Mohammed, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, and all protocol observed. I think many of you were still in this room when I was giving my presentation this morning. And I remarked that I'm very happy when I look around here. By the way, there are very few people who see you from this height. So when I look around here and I see the attendance, I'm very, very happy indeed. So I'd like to say that genetic biocontrol, Honorable Minister, when used properly, it has the potential to impact positively on society. And with all these dedicated men and women who are here, I have no doubt that when they go back to their respective abodes, they will carry the message which they've learned from here so that we can advance the cause of genetic biocontrol. When applied in a secure, safe, and controlled biosecurity setting, within a legal regulatory framework, and if its implementation is effectively communicated to all stakeholders, then genetic biocontrol can contribute to a reduced disease burden and disease incidence, as well as contribute to good health for humans, animals, as well as the environment. And other than that, it can also contribute to food and nutrition security. It reminds me of one time, Honorable Minister, when we were trying to hold our annual Congress for the Africa One Health Network. We visited one country, which I won't mention, and we met the Minister of Health. And they were very prepared to actually support us and even pay for the conference venue and everything. Then the minister asked us, I was with the 3 of my committee members, steering committee members in that visit. So he said, so after you hold this Congress, what will be the outputs? And then one of my steering committee members was very quick. He raised his hand, He says, Honorable Minister, there will be proceedings for the output and what? Then the minister shook his head. And he said, proceedings won't get me re-elected. Then I realized that the messaging of what we were trying to convey was extremely important. So whereas to you researchers and scientists, the production of papers might seem important, it doesn't mean the world to the rest of the people. So you should try to see how am I going to effectively communicate this message to my target audience at this particular moment. And I think that is very key. And this is why this Congress was preceded by 2 days of a training course that was divided, as Willie said, into 3 parts. The first part was the principles of biosecurity and biosafety in high containment facilities. And we had good participation there. And then the second part was regulatory frameworks and decision-making processes for emerging biotechnologies. And then the last part, which probably was very, very important, was communicating biocontrol technologies. How do we communicate what we know so much to the rest of the stakeholders? And yesterday I had the opportunity, Honorable Minister, of going through all the 3 trainings. And I should say I was very impressed by the level of interaction, debate, and dedication in those meetings. The trainees were appraised basically on how to apply gene biocontrol technologies in a safe and secure environment that operates within a legal and regulatory framework and whose implementation is effectively communicated to all stakeholders. So if we can get those 3 things correct, then we are on the right path. I think I made an example in one of the groups I was visiting yesterday to say, this incident can be reported in several ways. Somebody stands up and punches somebody. And then the reporter chooses to say, he took his head and put it against the fist of somebody. It's still what happened, isn't it? But the whole context is wrong. And that is why we want to make sure that we communicate the right context of what we know so much, so that everybody out there knows it, and it's only then that they will be able to assist us to advance what we want to achieve. And especially living in a globalized world as we do today, the spread of disease and pathogens is accelerated, because today somebody can be in Ghana, tomorrow they are in Canada, or even the same day. Somebody can be in New Zealand, the same day they will be in California. In Finland, they will be in South Africa. And you don't know what they are carrying. And COVID showed us that, didn't it? So we need rapid reaction and response if we are to contain the economic fallout, as well as the deleterious effects of these pandemic infections which are now afflicting us. But most importantly, if at all we can, we need to prevent them from happening. And then you don't have to face, a calamity or a situation on your hands. So in that respect, the application of a One Health approach in containing the negative effects of outbreaks will reduce both the cost and the suffering of the population, whether that population is human or animal. It is therefore important for concerted efforts to be made to employ a One Health approach whenever possible when applying gene biocontrol technologies to resolve the problems that we face in the world today. So then, let me welcome everyone to enjoy this second Global Congress on Genetic Biocontrol Technologies, but most importantly, to carry home the message which you receive from here and communicate it properly and effectively. Otherwise, if you don't, you'll find that you have to hold many of these congresses over and over again, and even a good gentleman like Michael will get tired of funding you to come to the same congress. Thank you very much.